welcome to my channel. If you are new to this channel or you are seeing this face for the first time, hey, how you doing and what you doing? Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and to share this video with people that you think they might enjoy some of the content that I put on this channel. So before I even make this intro long or anything like that, this is my house arrest video because it really does feel like house arrest. So last week on the 30th of June I tested positive for COVID, and I just wanted to give you guys a bit of context on what some of the symptoms that I experienced, how has it been like being in isolation, what medication have I been taking, basically everything that I've just gone throughout these 8 days. I'm on my 8th day today, and it's gonna be my last day on Friday, and I'm gonna be going back to work on a Saturday. So yeah, I just decided, you know what, let me just give you guys a little bit of info, because I have been getting some people on Facebook asking me questions, because I was very honest about it. I did post on my Facebook, I did post on my WhatsApp, and there's been like people that have asked me questions rather regarding like testing and all of that. So I thought, why not just create a video and tell you guys what I've been going through, some of my fears and anxieties, how I'm feeling right now, and all of that. So let's not ramble any further. Don't forget to subscribe, and let me show you guys a video of myself when I went to actually get tested. I got tested at this camp, but I'm gonna unpack more after this clip. I want to show you guys how I reacted when I got my COVID test. Dramatic much, whatever.
Oh my god, it's so painful. I'm scared. Are you done?
If there's one thing about me, I will scream, child. Like, I will scream. Totally unnecessary, but it really caught me off guard. I've never had anything down my nostrils, so you can imagine how uncomfortable and how a little painful that was. But yeah, basically that's my COVID test. I did it on the 30th of June at this camp at Festival Mall. So firstly, if you want to go and test at this camp, I did the antigen. I'm gonna put it on the screen if I'm incorrect, but I did the antigen test, which is 350. You need to go to the Discamp website and pre-register. So you need to choose where you're gonna get tested, and then you pre-register. I guess they use that to know how many people are gonna be coming and if there's space. So you need to choose a date and a day where you're gonna be going, and then you register. They send you an SMS, and then the next day you just go and test. They don't take cash, you only use your card to make the payment. So that was it. I literally got my test results a few seconds after I did the test, and an SMS came in, but I did not have data to open the link. So I also got the formal paper that actually says that I tested positive for COVID. Then let's see. So now that we've unpacked that part, let's start from the beginning. You know, let's go back. Let's talk about the symptoms that I experienced. Cool. So now let's start from the beginning. My hair. So on Saturday, which was last week Saturday, I don't know if I think it was let me check. Okay, I tested on the 30th. Saturday the 26th, yeah. The 26th of June, I started feeling like fluish. Not necessarily fluish, but I was just like feeling like I'm coming down with flu. And I was just like, you know what, I feel like I'm gonna come down with flu. I don't know, but I do feel like that. And then later in the afternoon, like around 5 to 6, and I started having a headache, like a very painful headache. Like, I've never experienced such a headache. But then I started having a headache, and at this point I'm crying, because I'm just like, this is the worst headache that I've ever like experienced. Then I took painkillers, and throughout the night my boyfriend had to stay over to like take care of me, because I was just not feeling okay. And then like throughout the night, you know, I take my painkillers, and then I put on some warm clothes, and then I sleep, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get better, you know, I'm just gonna slip it off. You know how when you sleep and you feel like everything is fine? So yeah, I just put on some warm clothes, and then I go to bed. And then on a Sunday in the morning, I'm just like, I have flu. It's confirmed I've got flu, because now I can feel that I have flu, and I had to be on a bed rest. So basically I just had to like eat and then take medication and then stay in bed because I'm feeling fluish. I stayed in bed the whole of Sunday, and then in the afternoon I'm feeling so much better. As much as like my body was painful, I felt like I had flu, but that was the Sunday. And then on a Monday the flu had like, you know, gotten better. You know how when you have flu your body stays painful for a couple of days after, but I was just like, I'm feeling so much better now. Monday I go to work, I'm like, nah, the only thing that I'm feeling right now is my voice. Like I could hear that, okay cool, I sound like a person who had flu, but then it's my body that is painful here and there, so I'm fine. Tuesday I start from scratch, child. I'm still feeling like, you know what, now my voice, I could feel that, you know what, my voice is like tensing up. I could feel that, you know what, I sound like a person who's got flu. So now this was on a Tuesday, and then I was like, you know what, definitely on a Wednesday I'll need to go and test. Tuesday I make my booking online on the Discam website, and then Wednesday I decide to just go and test. But before I even go and test, I'm like, should I go to the doctor first, or should I just go ahead and test? You know, I keep on thinking about it. Like, it's in the morning, I'm like, should I do that, should I not? Because what if I'm not, like, what if I don't have COVID, I just have flu? And I'm like, it's already late for me to go to the doctor. It wasn't necessarily late, but I just didn't want to go to the doctor and be in a queue and be there the whole day. I'm like, I would rather go and test than go to the doctor at this point, you know what? And then request an Uber, go to Festival Mall. I get there, I do my COVID test, and my test comes back positive. Luck. And I'm like, okay cool, there's nothing else that I'm experiencing, like there's nothing major at this point that I'm experiencing. And this was on a Wednesday. I'm like, okay cool, there's nothing that I'm experiencing except for the headache. I asked the lady who did the test, do I need to buy anything? She's like, there's no medication specific for COVID, you need to buy like your flu medication. And I'm like, okay cool. So the doctor tells me that I'm gonna need to like buy flu medication and all of that to just treat it, and I'm obviously gonna need to isolate. And I'm like, you know what, there's just no way that I'm gonna buy medication, because I know I already have flu medication at home. You know, whenever I have flu, I don't really like drink my medications, so I still have those, and I have multivitamins, I have vitamin C tablets at home. So I'm just not gonna buy anything. I'm just gonna go home and then start with my isolation. This was on the 30th of June. Then I just went home. I went home. Then when I was going back home, because now I'm like, I know for a fact that I've got COVID, I was just not in a place where I was like, I'm gonna use an Uber. I had to call my boyfriend to come and pick me up, and then he picked me up, and then he brought me home. And I started my isolation. He went home, and then I started my isolation on the day. I'm still not experiencing any severe symptoms except for the headache. So I'm just like, there's no need for me to go all crazy and be buying medication, which really brings to my next point. I feel like it's very important to treat every symptom differently. We are not experiencing the same things, which means that we don't necessarily need to be going all crazy and buying everything that we can get on the shelves, because that's wasting money, to be honest. At the end of the day, COVID, you treat it the same way that you do with flu. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna treat it with what I have at home. And you know, at this point, everybody feels that they know better, they know what you need to buy, they know what you need not to buy, and all of that. I think it's very important to just monitor how you're feeling, or call your doctor if you are able to call a doctor. And depending on how you're feeling, you will know, like you will just know that, okay cool, I think I need a heavy something for this or something like that. Because if you're gonna listen to everybody, you're gonna end up buying quite a lot of things, you're gonna end up spending quite a lot of money. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna get anything, because honestly the only thing that I'm feeling is headaches, and then your cough, and just I didn't really have a runny nose, it was mostly like cough. I was like, I've got a cough serum here at home, so I'm good to go. So I treated with everything that I had at home. But at the same time, you know how some people will always manage to convince you? I'm like, you know what, 2 days later I decided, you know, let me just call my doctor and my general practitioner, rather the GP, and ask if there's anything that I need to buy. Then we did the whole consultation over the phone, and then she was like, no, whatever that you have at home, which are your multivitamins and your vitamin C and your Sinustard. I'm going to write the name here on the screen. It's fine, because at the end of the day you need to treat this as flu, because it is flu at the end of the day. So I was just like, okay, cool, that's fine. So I don't need to buy anything. She was like, yeah, there's nothing that you need to buy, you just need to relax, you know, take it easy and all of that. I'm like, cool. So this was on my 3rd day. And let me tell you about the anxieties and the stress of this. You constantly wake up because you're thinking, because you know one of the other symptoms is loss of taste, loss of smell and all of that. Every time when I wake up, I would taste something just to, you know, check if I can still smell, check if I can still taste, and everything was still fine. And I'm like, I don't know if I should relax or I should be still stressed out, because there's really nothing else that I'm experiencing except for everything that I'm experiencing right now, you know. And at this point I'm bored, like I am bored out of my mind of just being at home and just not doing anything. But I'm like, this will not only benefit me, it will benefit everybody who's around me. I just don't want to be a carrier and be going around spreading COVID just because I'm not experiencing anything major. So as much as like I didn't have any major symptoms, I was just like, I'm not gonna go around the streets and be, you know, spreading the virus, because other people might not be as fortunate as I am when it comes to my symptoms. Other people might even need like maybe like hospitalization. So as much as I'm bored, I can just sit at home and just pay my DSTV. I literally paid my DSTV after I don't know how many months of just not paying it. I watched TV after I don't know how long of just not watching TV, because TV bores me, to be honest. But yeah, but I didn't want to be bored, so I wanted something that will keep me entertained, so I paid my DSTV. Now, at first the plan was not to tell my mom, like my parents, that I am COVID positive. I didn't want to tell them because I knew that it was going to stress them, especially because I'm alone. Like at my place I stay alone, so they will stress the hell out. And when I say they did exactly that, they did that. My parents were stressed out so much that they wanted to come to Kempton Park and check up on me, and I'm like, you can't do that. Like, you can't just come and check up on me. I am fine, like I'm feeling fine. There's nothing that I'm experiencing except for the headaches, and I keep on taking my medication, so I'm getting better. And to be honest, a few weeks back, my doctor found out, like, she noticed that I had, well, through the test, right, like running tests and stuff like that, she realized that my low blood is very low. So that's another reason why I used to have headaches. So at this point I'm like, could it be my low blood that is making me headaches? Because I don't know what's wrong with me. I will not eat until I feel like very, very hungry. I have this thing of just not eating up until like I just can't take it anymore. So I think that could have been another reason why I was having headaches. But yeah, I told my parents, I'm like, I'm fine, there's really nothing else that I'm experiencing. And they're like, no, be worried, you stay alone, what if something happened to you? Now at this moment I had to tell my parents that I'm seeing someone, so should anything happen, he's the closest, so don't worry about me. Because I'm also thinking about their immune systems, like if they come here and check up on me, what's gonna happen? Because I felt like my parents are more at risk because they old, and you know. So yeah, and then what else did I experience? There's really nothing that I experienced except for the headaches, and they getting better. I'm on day 8 now, and honestly, like, the headaches have stopped unless like I eat when I'm too hungry, then I will experience the headache. But besides that, they've really stopped. My nose used to irritate me, like it would feel super dry, and I noticed on day 7 that it started getting better, which was yesterday. Like, I started getting better. It's not as irritating as it was before. And at this point, to be honest, the only thing that I'm feeling is paranoia. Like, I'm very paranoid. I'm very like scared of the fact that I'm gonna come out of the house after 10 days, and I'm thinking, I think I'm almost like germophobic, to be honest, because I sanitize literally everything, and I'm just not open to the idea of having people at my place. As much as like even before I was not having a lot of people like come to my place, but I do have 1 or 2 people that will come, and I'm just very like paranoid of having somebody around me and just being out there. Because at the end of the day, I was cautious, but I was on the streets, and I feel like I got it like out on the streets, and now I need to go out there and face people again and just be around people, and I'm just like, I don't know how I'm feeling about that. that one really scares me. It just taught me quite a lot that not only, you know, there are people that believe that this thing is not real or they're just bluffing and all of that, but I feel like we should really need to be careful. No matter how we're feeling about it, we need to be careful for the other people that can actually die from this, because honestly, like, it's scary. You know, I look at my friend and I look at myself and how we experience like different symptoms. My friend experienced like severe symptoms, whereas on my side it wasn't as bad, and I'm just like, I'm grateful to God like that I did not have to go through so much. But another person will not be as fortunate as I am, so we really need to be taking care of each other and all of that. So yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. It's just, I wanted to just share my experience with COVID and how it has made me feel and what I went through and all of that. So yeah guys, do take care of yourself, do take care of others, stay sanitized, stay masked up, and I hope this is something that one day we will look back and it will feel like a dream, like it will all be over and we can be able to move on with our lives. So yeah guys, I will see you guys on the next video. I don't know what the next video is gonna be, because honestly my channel is all about traveling and trying out new places, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to do all of that, but we'll see how all goes. But anyway, we are on lockdown. Actually, the president announced the lockdown 2 days before I tested positive, so we are still indoors, so we'll see what happens. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video.